All right, y'all, so I'm back with another video. If it's your first time coming, welcome. Look around, take your shoes off, make yourself comfortable, look at the other videos, and if you are here returning, welcome back. I just wanted to talk to y'all about something that I ran across the other day, and I was like, this would be a good topic. Now, for those of you who don't follow me on TikTok, I told myself and I promised myself that I would stand on business all this year. I would take accountability for my actions and the things that I have done, both in the past and present, and I'm also going to hold other people accountable. And with that, I've been kind of navigating. It's been a little difficult and a little different because when you start implementing boundaries, people tell you that when you implement boundaries, those who don't respect it shouldn't be in your life. I take that with a grain of salt, simply because when you implement boundaries and you make any type of change, people have to adjust. So you have to give them time, you have to give them grace to adjust. Now, if you've given both of those to someone and they still want to give you resistance, then yes, at that point you do need to start making arrangements to separate. But anyway, I was at work and I saw a video of Apple Watts from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood on Soft White Underbelly. And for those who don't know what that is, that's a YouTube channel that kind of showcases the lives, the stories, the experiences of people who live abstract lives. Most times it's homeless individuals and people who are addicted to drugs, and they kind of do a before and after interview and things like that. But for some reason, Apple Watts made her way on this show. So I really wasn't watching the entire episode, the entire interview, but clips were surfacing online. And she was talking about this horrible accident she got into. I remember the accident happening a while ago, but I didn't hear anything else about it. And now she's back kind of giving insight on it. And she reveals that she was drunk when she got into the accident. Now, what tied what I'm going through and what I'm trying to do for 2025 into this is the fact that there was a part of the interview where she was just like, nobody wanted to help me. Nobody wanted to stop me. Apparently, she's lost her memory. She remembers certain things, but she doesn't remember, I guess, her personality or the way she was beforehand. Because she was like, was I a bully to people? What was going on? Y'all could have jumped me. Y'all could have stopped me. Y'all could have took the keys. Anything. Nobody stopped me. Nobody cared. I don't know if you remember. That's what I'm saying. I'm assuming you lost your memory because, mama, you were turned up. You were a firecracker. You were a lot to deal with just on the show alone. So I can only imagine how you were when you knew that there was no cameras around and nothing to hold you accountable for your actions after the fact. So I can understand why people didn't want to deal with your attitude or didn't want to challenge you or anything to stop you from getting in that car. Aside from the fact that, it's not right and it's not okay, but we've all driven drunk before. It's not safe, but we've all done it, and we've all gotten to our destination safely, thank God. So it was easy, or it would be easy to assume that they assumed that nothing would happen to you. You drunk, you fucked up, but you gonna make it home. You gonna be all right. Nobody ever thought that you were gonna get into an accident that was gonna change your life completely. On top of the fact that, again, you are hard to deal with, and here it comes. It is nobody's responsibility to stop you from doing something that's detrimental to your health. You are a grown-ass woman and a mother. You should have the wherewithal to be like, hey, I'm not in the space to be driving, so let me crash here or let me get an Uber to try to get to where I'm trying to go. But to intentionally do something under the understanding that, well, if I'm not supposed to be doing it, they gonna stop me, it's gonna get you fucked up more. If you keep living under that ideology, your days of getting yourself in situations that's going to affect the trajectory of your life are not over. Because nobody is responsible for saving you or stopping you from being a detriment to yourself. You are grown. You made the decision to get drunk, just like you made the decision to want to drive. You can't hold other people accountable for your mistakes and your mishaps. That was your decision, and nobody should have to jump you, fight you, take anything from you to stop you from doing something you shouldn't be doing. Maybe the lesson in all of this is you can't hold your liquor, or you shouldn't be drinking as much as you have been. So it's like, at this point, you have to really, because if you look at it from your lens, what you're essentially saying is, I don't want to change anything about my behavior. I want to continue to drink. I want to continue to turn up. I want to continue to be belligerent. I want to continue to be violent when I get to that point. I just need y'all to act accordingly and just make sure it don't go too far. No, ma'am. Where's your maturity? Where's your realization? Where's your discernment? Where is your guilt of knowing that people have such a fear of confronting you that this happened? You need to take some responsibility, some accountability, some sort of realization of ownership in all of this. You are in the situation you are in because of you, Apple Watts. It had nothing to do with the people around you. It had nothing to do with the people supplying you with the liquor. It had nothing to do with anything other than the fact that you got too drunk and you got behind the wheel, and it affected you greatly. I think she is stricken to a wheelchair indefinitely. And this is for you, Danya, because you be laughing at shit. NYB, we have dark humor, so we laugh at things that we shouldn't be laughing at, but I'm going to give this disclaimer before y'all see it, because I don't need y'all. Well, y'all going to laugh anyway. But anyway, she was like this. Like, so I don't know what's going on with this hand. It was like bandaged up, and it was like this, and it wouldn't move. And she was talking with her mouth to the side, and she just looked fucked up. She really did, and it really hurt my heart to see that. But it was a lesson to be learned in all of this. You are responsible for your own actions. And moreover, grow up. The things of the past should not be the things of today. Even the Bible says, when I was a child, I thought and acted as a child. When I grew up, I put away those childish things. And like I said, this should be a lesson. It don't have to be drinking for you. It don't have to be drugs. It don't have to be violence. Whatever it is that you know you need to let go, self, let that shit go. Grow up. Because it's going to fuck you up. You may not end up in a wheelchair. You may not end up with your hand like this. You may not end up with your mouth to the side. You may not end up in a horrible car accident. But it will affect you. You'll lose out on blessings and opportunities. People will walk away from you. You'll lose jobs. You'll find yourself in a place where you wake up and you realize, I've gone so far off the left that I don't even recognize myself anymore. My actions, the way I look, the way I carry myself, I don't even know who I am anymore because I've been doing this for so long. I've gone so far off the deep end, I don't even know where the shore is. Your consequences may look like different things, but they are going to be consequences nonetheless, regardless. We have to realize that even though people played a part in it, I am responsible for where I am today. My decisions, my actions, my choices, all got me here. Me. Even if an offense was committed against me, even if something was done to me, either I allowed it and that changed the direction of things, or my reaction to it and my decisions about it changed my direction toward things. But either way, the fault lands at my feet every fucking time. So I say this to you, Apple. I pray for you. I hope you get better. I hope that God turns things around and you are already a walking miracle. Because for you to end up like this and all that, you had to have been in a horrible accident. A horrible accident. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up around here somewhere. If not, just know for her to end up like this, it had to be bad. And yet here you are. Alive. You fucked up, but you alive. And you probably fucked up because God knew. Had you walked away from that accident unscathed, you wouldn't have changed. You wouldn't have grown up. You wouldn't have had that aha moment like, oh my God, you spared my life. Let me try to get my shit together. And I can tell that from watching the video. Because you still blaming other people for why you in the situation you in. You said before all this happened, you went and saw your child. That didn't register that you, okay, I probably would have stayed with my kid. Where were you going? Why did you need to be that fucked up? And still, knowing that you still had to drive, that you didn't have no designated driver, and you was by yourself. You were driving yourself. I'm not a heavy drinker. I do drink socially and occasionally. But I've had to learn the etiquette of drinking. Number one, if it's a mixed drink, I'm cool. I'm a sip according to my expectation and my plan. If I'm trying to get fucked up, if I'm trying to numb some pain, yes, I'm taking them to the head, bitch. It is what it is. But most times I'm going to sip that cocktail. And if it's shots, once I start feeling the heat rising and my bearings start to go places, I'm chasing each shot with some water. Because I need to flush that out. I need to make sure that I'm level-headed. Because most times in a situation with me and my boo, I'm driving. Simply because I like being in control of my actions, my surroundings, and my things. If I know that we both drinking, I'm going to want to drive because I know that I can. I don't want to just trust that you got it and then we end up in the upper room. You're working too hard. I got it. So to ensure that I got it, I'm going to chase that shit with some water. So that way I'm still feeling the buzz. I'm still a part. I'm still engaging. I'm still participating. But I'm coherent. I can hold a solid conversation. Should I get stopped? Knock on wood, Jesus. I can handle myself. Ain't no liquor on my breath. Because not only am I chasing the water, I'm going to have me something to eat. Piece of candy, some gum, something is going to filter this breath. So when I have to do the breathalyzer, if it comes to that, I'm good. I'm fine. And I feel great. But you gotta be responsible. You have to be mature. You have to know your limits. And just like I'm talking about accountability and taking accountability, you have to also respect the boundaries and the accountabilities you place upon yourself. Ain't nobody gonna stop you, mama. You grown. Ain't nobody gonna stop you. Ain't nobody gonna be like, whoa. I do that to my boo. Okay, we've been taking shots and I'm the only one drinking water. Here, drink this. Just so we don't have no hangover, you ain't slipping and sliding, you holding your liquor. Everybody ain't me. And everybody ain't him. Because in some cases, you'll tell somebody, hey, drink some water. I see you get a little, bitch, you don't know. Hey, you don't. Everybody can't handle it. That's why it's best that you look out for your damn self. But that's really all I wanted to talk to y'all about. I think I'm going to come back to y'all sometime this week, if I have some time, to talk to y'all about the Trump and this DEI shit and all the shit that he trying to sign into executive order. He really trying to fuck us over. We tried to tell you. We tried to tell you. We tried to tell y'all about Project 2020. I'll get into that. But yeah, that was on my heart because in the wake of me talking about accountability, here's a prime example of somebody who doesn't. And how it affected her life. I love y'all. Make sure you are liking, commenting, subscribing, that your notifications are on. Make sure you are listening to my music too. If y'all didn't see my album review, get into it because I really broke down. Speaking of my album, somebody was breaking down another artist's song called Candy Rain. And it talked about how it was actually about. And then I got to thinking, did I unconsciously write a song about? Because if you listen to the words and you put that interpretation on it, it still fits. But that is not where my mind was. I only listen to R. Kelly. I don't do none of his practices. But I love y'all. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Same place, same time.